Hello everybody, if you're feeling a sense of deja vu, worry not, Scorpio Cesar here. YouTube decided to copyright this video a long time ago and for some reason it suddenly got blocked. I wonder why. Anyways, thank you YouTube, you fuckers. I also decided to trim this video down because I felt 21 minutes was way too long for a fucking toy review. So with that out of the way, let's get to the video.
Ew, why is he so expensive? Oh shit, his neck came off. Oh, his arm. Oh, yes. Ew, why is he so glossy? Not enough gloss. Oh, there's a hair in the paint too. You probably can't even see it. Here, let me get my macro lens. Oh, can you see it now? Oh, Jesus, damn it, Tamashi. There's hair all over this thing. There's so many problems with this guy. Let me just pick him. Oh, shit! Oh, fuck! God! I'm bleeding! Tamashi Nation! Oh, oh my God! Oh, Jesus! Oh, no! Why? Oh, oh, shit! What the hell? Oh my God, what the hell is going on? I did not expect this from a figure from a toy review. What is God's name? Oh God, hide the kids. This video is gonna get flagged. Oh shit, this hurts. It hurts. So much blood.
What's wrong, babe?
Shin got me. Oh, what? I need more than this.
Stop being a little bitch.
Oh, QC. Oh, QC. Oh, quality control issues all around. Look at that nasty overbite. Oh, God. Oh God, look at the gap in that mouth. What the hell? Oh, yes. What is this? This is not kosher.
You've got one eye that goes that way and another eye that goes that way.
Oh, and they're charging that price for this? SH MonsterArts, Tamashi Nations, you're going down the drain. You dropped in quality. It's too much to handle. You're going out of business. This line is over with. This line is done. I'll just wait for NECA.
Box design, probably one of the best box designs MonsterArts has made in quite a while. And you got a nice promotional shot of Shin Godzilla's face, much like the promotional poster for the movie. On the sides, you get some more promotional shots of the figure. On the other side, a continuation of the front of the packaging. On the top, really not much to see besides some window packaging here. On the bottom, promotional shot, as well as some legal information. And on the opposite side of the box, once again, you get a window packaging showcasing the actual figure itself.
Okay, so let's talk about this guy. He's been critically panned for the reasons previously mentioned. However, I like this guy. And, you know, mine isn't perfect. Luckily, I was able to unbox him without much trouble. I didn't have any limbs fall off out of the packaging. Luckily enough, everything was tight and in place. But, you know, there are some things about it that could have been better. And we'll get to that. So first off, with the articulation, it's about what you expect in these type of figures. You know, the leg can move, his knee can bend a little bit, just slightly, not too much. His ankle joints can move very slightly. You don't want to put too much stress on those. His leg joints, I must say, I would rather they be a little less loose. And then of course you have the articulation in the tail, which each segment has its own ball joint, and it starts off big and it works its way down. There you go. You see, I put a little too much force in that and it just snaps right off, but it's okay. It's such an easy fix. All you have to do is just push it back in and you're good to go. But like I said, just be careful with the tail and you should be able to get it to articulate as well as you would like. But remember, most of the weight is on this tail, although he will probably end up falling over. See? Like I said, heavy ass tail. I know I've heard a lot of people have problems with the arms being a little too tight to the point where they don't want to move. Here, it's very weird how this joint works here. It's just kind of like, it kind of moves in there in the socket a little bit, but not too much. The arm can rotate just a little bit, not too much. I don't want to put too much stress on that guy if I were you. And then you have, you know, the little arm, which, you know, moves around a bit, but I wouldn't get too crazy with it too. It's small, so the ball joint is probably equally small. Never had it come off though, never had it actually fall out of place or anything like that. Both hands have worked pretty well for me and I haven't had any problems there. The neck articulation I'm actually pretty fond of. You can have his head move left, right, you can turn his head quite a bit, have him look straight at you, and have him look down, especially if you use this waist joint right here. And yeah, it does create a bit of a gap, but it's not too big of a deal. Downside to that is I'm not a big fan of is how this neck throat piece kind of pops out a bit. When you first get them out of the packaging, it's kind of like this and it just doesn't look right. But anyways, all you have to do is just really, to fix that, just push the neck in a bit and it's gone. It's gone. So not a big deal there, easy fix. So in terms of articulation for the mouth, I think it's really neat what they did here. Now, both joints can move, top of the head and the bottom jaw. So what you can do is, you have to lift his top jaw up, and you can lift that up this high. You got a nice big smile there. What else you can do is you can just push this down a bit. I'm not a big fan of this gap here, and that gap being there doesn't really bother me too much, but you know, it is noticeable. So if you're gonna take pictures of the front of this guy, you might want to close the mouth just a little bit so that gap isn't too noticeable in there.
Now in terms of the paint details and sculpt, the sculpt looks good, however the haphazard paint job does make it difficult to appreciate majority of the sculpted details. The tail is nicely defined, and it's very impressive upon close inspection, especially the very tip where you can make out that creepy ass face, mixed in with all that exposed muscle and bones. Like, did this guy chew the shit out of his tail when he was bored? The best part of this beast has to be the dorsal fins and back, where a lot of mixtures of reds, off-white, and blacks come together pretty cohesively. Now, I mean that loosely. The derp, however, is strong with this one, and you can argue that this was done intentionally so you have options with the directions he's looking, but yeah, the paint on the bottom jaw is all over the place. Some teeth are red, some are black, like a toothbrush isn't gonna help him get any dates. I do know that there was an issue with some people getting their necks that were redder than others. I mean, take a look at Diego Doom's review for references on that. However, I did have two of these guys at one point, and here are some comparisons so you can see just how inconsistent the paint was for the first release of this guy.
Now, does good old Shin Godzilla here have any accessories with his hefty price tag? No, unfortunately not. However, I do have something here I would like to share with you guys. Here are some custom beam effect pieces that I got from my good friend Chucky's Geek Spot on Instagram. You can follow him on Instagram and check out his eBay page for these guys. Now, it's really cool because what he can do is send you either 2 big ones or 2 small ones, or mix and match. I wanted to mix and match because I like a little variety. Also comes with this really cool mouth effect piece, and I'll show you exactly how that works. And just kind of shove it in there, and it should fit perfectly fine. Just keep in mind each of these are done by order, so yours might look different from mine, but he knows what he's doing. And what you want to do is you want to close the mouth just a little bit so it stays nice and safe in there. And there you have it. And what's cool is they even have peg holes on the bottom, so you can set them up with your Tamashi stands as well. And I'll show you exactly how that looks. So like I said, it comes with 2 and you can use both as you see fit. Make it work.
Alright, fast forward 4 years into the future. Now that I've gone back to re-upload this review, a lot has changed. A lot of that includes multiple versions of this figure in particular, as well as an actual reissue with some of the paint issues being corrected, quote unquote. All of that just goes to reinforce my original verdict of this guy 4 years ago. He wasn't worth the price that we're asking for. Now, unless you are a diehard Shin Godzilla fan, as much as I like this one, there are better versions of it. The Awakening and the Godzilla Store exclusive version completely decimate this one in terms of accessories and the looks department. The Frozen one I don't own personally, but from what I've seen on store shelves, it's a lot more impressive than this one. But if you absolutely must have this particular version of the MonsterArts Shin Godzilla, try to find him on a Facebook group for somebody who's willing to let him go for a good deal. Do not fall victim to the aftermarket. So I hope you all enjoyed this video and found it entertaining. If you did, hit the like button and maybe subscribe. Remember, the end card will be popping up shortly with other videos you might like, and you can also subscribe there as well. Collect everything, connect everything, and I'll see you all soon.